Eid al-Adha is more than a day of celebration. It's a day that marks the culmination of our faith, our submission, and our gratitude. It starts the moment we leave our homes, with takbir echoing in our hearts, the words Allahu Akbar, becoming a reminder of the greatness of Allah. But this moment, this departure, isn't just about stepping out of our homes. It's about stepping into the world with a renewed sense of purpose, faith, and devotion. When we leave our homes for the prayer grounds, it's not just the physical act of moving from one place to another. We are taking with us the spirit of the sacrifice that has been passed down from the time of Prophet Ibrahim. And as we walk, we are reminded that we are part of a greater community, a community bound by our belief in one God, united in submission, in obedience, and in reverence. The takbir isn't just a chant, it's a call to consciousness. It's a declaration of belief that shakes the very core of our existence, reminding us that in all that we do, we are doing it for Allah. Leaving the comfort of our homes isn't just about stepping outside. It's about leaving behind the distractions, the mundane concerns, and embracing the essence of what Eid al-Adha represents. Surrender to the will of Allah and trust in His plan for us. When you step out with takbir on your lips, you're not just marking the beginning of a ritual. You are committing yourself to the very essence of sacrifice and submission. You are taking that first step toward a greater understanding of faith, understanding that every step you take is in honor of Allah's commands. This moment signifies not just a physical journey, but a spiritual one. Eid al-Adha teaches us that the act of sacrifice isn't confined to the ritual of slaughtering an animal. It begins much earlier in the heart. The sacrifice of time, effort, and resources, the sacrifice of ego, and the willingness to offer something for the sake of a higher cause, these are the sacrifices that begin the moment we leave our homes, reciting takbir, filled with the love and the awe of Allah. Every step we take towards the prayer ground is a symbol of our own journey in faith, one where we strive to be better, to be closer to Allah, to be more selfless. So, as you leave your home with takbir, understand that this is a powerful declaration. It's not just a vocal expression, it's a deep, heartfelt commitment. It's an embodiment of everything that Eid al-Adha stands for: devotion, sacrifice, unity, and the surrender to the will of Allah. It's a moment of reflection, a moment of awareness, a moment where the journey toward the mosque, with every step, is a reflection of the journey we take toward bettering ourselves, spiritually and morally. And this is where it all starts. This is the foundation of Eid al-Adha, leaving your home with takbir, stepping out in full faith and embracing the true meaning of the day. You are not just going to perform a ritual, you are walking towards something greater, something that connects you to your past, to your community, and to the Creator. When we talk about the Eid prayer, we're not simply discussing a routine or a tradition. We're engaging with the very essence of our submission and devotion to Allah. The Eid prayer is more than just an obligatory ritual. It's a special act of worship that marks the pinnacle of Eid al-Adha, and it carries with it profound significance. It is the first major act of the day, the very reason we come together as a community, united in the worship of Allah, no matter our backgrounds or differences. This prayer is unique, distinct from the everyday salah we perform. It consists of 2 rakas, and it's performed in congregation, which is a powerful reminder of the unity that exists within our ummah. The method of the Eid prayer begins with the congregation gathering together, ready to align their hearts and minds in unison. The prayer is offered in an open area, often in large prayer grounds, signifying the openness of the heart to Allah, and the prayer is performed without the usual sunnah prayer that precedes it. What makes this prayer unique are the additional takbirs that are recited before the beginning of the prayer. In the first rakah, after the opening takbir, there are 7 more takbirs, and in the second rakah, there are 5. These takbirs are a reminder of the greatness of Allah and allow us to center ourselves in His magnificence. These words elevate the soul, preparing us for the act of worship, And the very rhythm of the takbir connects us to a deeper level of reverence. But it's not just about the number of takbirs. The Eid prayer is performed with a sense of joy, of gratitude, of being in the presence of Allah. It's a reflection of the joy we feel for having been granted another year to celebrate this day, another year to continue our journey in faith, and another year to come together with our fellow Muslims. The prayer becomes a collective experience where we raise our hands in unison, bow in humility, and stand in perfect alignment with one another, symbolizing the unity that exists within the Ummah. We may come from different walks of life, but on this day we stand together, shoulder to shoulder as one. This is a powerful reminder of the universality of Islam, where regardless of our circumstances, we come together in humble submission. As we recite the Fatiha and the other prayers in our hearts, we must also remember the deeper purpose behind this act. The Eid prayer is not only about performing a series of motions, it is about renewing our connection with Allah. It is a reaffirmation of our submission to Him, and it is an opportunity to ask for His forgiveness, mercy, and blessings. The prayer is a chance to remember all that Allah has blessed us with, and in doing so, we also acknowledge the sacrifices made by those who came before us, particularly Prophet Ibrahim, whose willingness to sacrifice his son Ismail in obedience to Allah's command is at the heart of this occasion. The Eid prayer is also a time to reflect on the broader community. When we offer this prayer in congregation, we are reminded of the need to support one another, to care for the less fortunate, and to uphold the values of justice, kindness, and compassion. This prayer is a call to action, a call to live in harmony with one another and to serve our communities, both locally and globally. It is a reminder that the strength of the Muslim Ummah lies not in individual success, but in collective effort, in shared sacrifice, and in mutual support. When we complete the Eid prayer, it's not just the conclusion of a ritual, it's the beginning of a new chapter of faith, a renewal of our commitment to Allah. The prayer leaves us with a sense of peace, a sense of gratitude, and a sense of unity. As we stand together in prayer, we also stand together in purpose, ready to embrace the responsibilities that come with being a part of the Ummah, ready to sacrifice, and ready to give in the way that Prophet Ibrahim did. After the prayer, as we return from the mosque or the prayer ground, there's something uniquely powerful in the air. We carry with us not just the spiritual benefit of the prayer we just performed, but also a profound sense of joy, gratitude, and communal harmony. And as we walk back, we are once again reminded of the significance of takbir. This isn't just a repetition of words. It's an act that continues to elevate our hearts, even as we leave the sacred space of worship. The takbir that we recite on our way back, Allahu Akbar, becomes a continuous echo in our souls, a reminder of the greatness of Allah that should resonate with us throughout the day. There's an inherent power in returning with takbir, a declaration that our worship hasn't ended with the prayer. In fact, this declaration signifies that the worship we performed has now been extended into every moment of our lives. It's a commitment to carry that same devotion and reverence, not just when we are in prayer, but as we go about the rest of our day. The takbir serves as a spiritual anchor, pulling us back to our center whenever distractions or worldly concerns begin to take over. When we walk back with takbir, we are also reminded of the unity and collective spirit that we experienced during the prayer. The takbir acts as a reaffirmation that, regardless of where we are or what we face, we are united in our belief in the greatness of Allah. But more than that, when we return home with takbir, we are also reminded of the responsibilities that come with this faith. We carry with us a sense of duty, not only to ourselves but to the community, to our families, and to the wider world. It's a reminder that the act of worship isn't confined to the prayer or to the moments we spend in worship. It extends into how we interact with others, how we conduct ourselves in our daily lives, how we contribute to the well-being of those around us. The takbir we recite as we return home is a commitment to uphold the values of Islam: honesty, integrity, compassion, and generosity. As we walk back, it's important to reflect on the significance of the journey we've just undertaken. The act of walking back with takbir can be seen as symbolic of the journey of life itself. We begin every day with a prayer, with a connection to Allah, and as we go through the day, we carry that connection with us, just as we carry the words of takbir on our tongues. In a sense, this journey home after the prayer mirrors the journey of faith. It's a journey of continued devotion, continued growth, and continued connection to Allah, not just on Eid, but every single day. The takbir that we repeat as we return also reflects the joy of having performed an act of worship that Allah has commanded us to do, but it also marks a recognition of the mercy and blessings He has granted us. It's a form of gratitude, a reminder that everything we have, everything we are, is from Allah's grace. In our return, we recognize that this moment, this day, is a blessing in itself. We've had the opportunity to worship, to come together with fellow believers, to give thanks, and to be reminded of the essence of our purpose in life. This moment of returning with takbir is not only about the physical journey, but about the spiritual journey we take with every step. It's a continuation of the process of submission to Allah, a reaffirmation that our worship doesn't end when we leave the prayer ground, but that it should permeate every aspect of our lives. It's a call to remain steadfast, to continue in devotion, to serve others, and to uphold the values that our faith teaches us. The takbir we recite on the way home is a reflection of the journey of life itself, one of continued faith, submission, and gratitude to Allah. Now comes the moment that defines Eid al-Adha, the sacrifice. It's the part that makes this day what it is. But let's be clear, this is not just about the act of slaughtering an animal. This is not just tradition. This is not just meat distribution. This is sacrifice, and sacrifice is always about the heart. When Prophet Ibrahim stood ready to give up his beloved son Ismail for the sake of Allah, he wasn't just obeying a command, he was surrendering everything. His will, his emotion, his love, his attachment, all placed on the altar of obedience. And when Allah replaced that sacrifice with a ram, it wasn't just mercy, it was a message. This is what I want from you, not your blood, not your animals, but your willingness to let go for my sake. That's what this act is about. When you step forward to make that sacrifice, ask yourself, what are you letting go of? What are you willing to part with for the sake of Allah? Are you letting go of your ego, your pride, your bad habits? Because if all you're doing is cutting an animal's throat and walking away unchanged, then you've missed the point entirely. The sacrifice is meant to be a mirror, a moment to look deep into your soul and ask, what am I holding on to that I need to surrender to Allah? Maybe it's anger, maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's that grudge you won't let go of. Maybe it's arrogance or the love of wealth that's pulled you too far from what matters. Whatever it is, today is the day to let it go. And let's talk about how this sacrifice is not a private act, it's a communal one. We don't do this hidden behind closed doors. We do it as a sign, as a symbol. We feed the poor, we share with neighbors. We distribute the meat because that's what Islam teaches, that your act of worship should ripple out beyond yourself, that your devotion should serve others, that your faith should nourish not just your own soul, but the community around you. So when you perform the sacrifice, you're not just remembering Prophet Ibrahim's test, you're participating in it. You're saying, yes, Allah, I hear you. I see what obedience looks like, and I am here to live it. The moment that knife touches the animal's neck, your heart should tremble with the reality of what this act means. You are declaring, Ya Allah, my love for you is greater than my love for this world. My faith in you is stronger than my attachment to anything else. It's a powerful moment, one that transcends ritual and reaches deep into the core of our belief. And remember, the Quran says it best. It is neither their meat nor their blood that reaches Allah, but it is piety from you that reaches Him. That's the message. It's not the physical act. It's the intention, the consciousness, the taqwa behind it that Allah accepts. So do it with sincerity, do it with humility, do it with a heart that's ready to be changed. Faith, sacrifice, and gratitude, these are not three separate ideas. They are a single, living force that drives the soul of Eid al-Adha. Faith is the foundation. It is what compels you to believe in something greater than yourself. Sacrifice is the proof of that faith, the action that shows you're not just speaking words, but living them. And gratitude is the emotion that fills your heart when you recognize what Allah has done for you, what He's saved you from, what He's given you the strength to endure. Think about it. There's no real sacrifice without faith. No one willingly gives up what they love unless they believe that what they're gaining is far greater. That's what Prophet Ibrahim taught us. His faith wasn't passive. It was bold. It was painful. It was tested in the most unimaginable way. And what made his sacrifice meaningful wasn't just the act of laying his son down, it was the belief that Allah would never abandon him. That is real faith. That is the heart of this day. Now bring that into your own life. You're not being asked to give up your child, but maybe you're being asked to give up something. You're clinging to something that's holding you back from a deeper connection with your Creator. Faith says, I trust you, even when I don't understand. And sacrifice says, I'll let it go, because I know you're worth it. That's the rhythm of Eid al-Adha. That's the heartbeat of this celebration. But the story doesn't stop there, because after faith and sacrifice comes something beautiful, gratitude. Not the kind you post about, not the kind you speak in public, the kind that lives in the quiet corners of your heart when you look around at your life and realize, I didn't deserve this, but Allah gave it to me anyway. That breath you just took, that roof over your head, that food on your table, that moment of peace in your heart, that's all from Him. And when you truly recognize that, the only natural response is shukr, deep, soul-filling gratitude. Gratitude doesn't mean your life is perfect. It means you see the perfection in Allah's plan, even when your life feels broken. It means you're thankful, not just for the ease, but for the tests, because they draw you closer to Him. It means you don't need to wait for everything to go right before you say Alhamdulillah. You say it because He's still with you through it all, and this is the connection that binds faith, sacrifice, and gratitude together. They are the three pillars that hold up your soul during this blessed day. Faith gives you the strength to act. Sacrifice gives your faith meaning. Gratitude gives your heart peace. When all three are alive within you, that's when you understand the true essence of Eid al-Adha, not just in action, but in spirit. Eid al-Adha isn't just a personal celebration, it's a powerful reminder that we are one. One ummah, one family, one body. We may come from different countries, speak different languages, live different lives, but on this day, we stand united in the remembrance of Allah, in the celebration of His mercy, and in the legacy of sacrifice passed down through the generations. That unity isn't just symbolic, it's sacred. Because what binds us is more than ritual. It's purpose, it's faith. It's a shared love for the Creator that makes us more alike than we are different. When we gather for the Eid prayer, shoulder to shoulder, we see that unity in action. There's no rich or poor, no title or status, just believers standing as one, glorifying the one who gave us life. That moment is a living example of how strong we are when we come together, when we stop looking at what separates us and start focusing on what connects us. That's what Eid reminds us of, that we are never alone, that we belong to a community rooted in compassion, justice, and mercy. Eid al-Adha also challenges us to look beyond ourselves. The act of sacrifice, distributing meat to the poor, feeding our neighbors, sharing with family, it's all designed to keep us connected. You're not supposed to just enjoy this day in isolation. You're supposed to reach out. You're supposed to give. You're supposed to remember the hungry, the forgotten, the displaced, because our unity is tested not in our celebrations, but in how we take care of each other. And on this day, we're reminded that faith without service is incomplete. Look at the world around us. Division, conflict, disconnection, they're everywhere, but Eid al-Adha gives us a reset. It reminds us that unity is not something we wish for, it's something we build through kindness, through forgiveness, through seeing the face of our brother or sister and recognizing the reflection of our own humanity. And when we do that, we create strength, not just strength in numbers, but strength in spirit, strength in purpose. Even as millions around the world perform the same rituals today, from Mecca to Jakarta to Lagos to New York, they all say the same words, Allahu Akbar. That takbir isn't just a declaration of Allah's greatness, it's a declaration of our connection. It's the sound that unites us. It tells the world that we may be scattered across continents, but our hearts beat to the same rhythm of faith. So let this Eid be a reminder that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. That every smile, every shared meal, every takbir, every sacrifice, it's all part of the same story. A story of unity, a story of faith, a story of people who stand together, worship together, and rise together, all for the sake of Allah.